What's up, guys?
What's up, brothers? We are back at it again with another hot episode for you guys.
Hot off the press. One might say it is too hot.
A little too hot to handle.
You know what? Honestly, I'm like about to handle this, but I just can't because it's just too hot.
Why is it spicy?
Okay, if you're not on TikTok, you just sounded so crazy. That is a TikTok reference. Anyways, brothers, so happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Water. We are here with an episode, honestly, like we said, that is too hot to handle. We have the queen herself, Chloe Veitch.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica slid into... Oh, God, I called you Jessica again.
That was weird.
I need to stop doing that.
I'm going to pick it up where you left off, though. I slid into her DMs, and I was like, babe, need you on the pod. How can we make this happen? And she gave me her manager's email, and so we've been talking back and forth with her manager for a couple months now. And, yeah, we were finally able to have her on, and she is such a sweetheart. We talk about the entire show and basically how she just went from 0 to 100 and basically found herself through this show and was able to, you know, empower herself. And it's like a reality show. So, I mean, I know that might kind of, if you guys haven't watched it, it might put you off. However, it's like a new age reality show. It's like really inspiring, really wholesome. I loved the show, and Chloe was such an angel, and we loved having her on today.
Yes, it was such a pleasure. She's such a queen, and she gives us all the tea on the show, what was real, what was fake, what was her, idea going into it, what she thought it was going to be, what it turned out to be. So she gives us the full scoop. I don't know if we mentioned this, but the show is Too Hot to Handle on Netflix.
I don't know if we said it was too hot to handle.
No. But like the actual name, if someone has no idea, and they're probably just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a show. It totally blew up. I think it came out back in March when, shit was hitting the fan with coronavirus. So a bunch of my friends just binged watched it, including you.
Including myself.
So yeah, super cool. We get the scoop on it. And before we get into that, also she tells us what is next in her career. I won't give it away, but stick around.
Stay tuned until the end of the episode, brothers, because it is good.
Fill you in. Okay, but before we get into the good stuff, let's do a little catch-up time. Squirt, know what I'm saying? Brother, what's going on with you?
Guys, our assistant actually let us know, Taylor, that she hates squirt.
Hi, Taylor. Sorry.
So you guys need to let us know how you feel about that, because we kind of hate it and love it. But whatever, moving on.
It's really a love-hate relationship right now with squirt. I mean, like, it's just by nature uncomfortable, but it's also... I mean,
I just feel like it really embodies catch-up time.
Isn't our brand just a bit uncomfortable?
I mean, I'm a little uncomfortable at all times.
Anyways, brother.
You go first, brother, because I feel like yours is just, I'm going to compliment yours. My catch-up's going to compliment yours.
Let's see. Well, I'm still, very much quarantining, socially distancing. But yesterday I did leave my cave. I got some fresh air on the beach, and, I went rollerblading, which is so nice. I haven't done that in months. Went to the beach, met up with some friends, got some blading in, went to the beach.
Had a great hair day.
Went for a swim. Oh, had a great hair day, let me tell you.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. And yeah, it was just really nice to get out and like catch up with old friends and just to feel a little normal again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was nice.
Absolutely.
I vlogged it.
So oh, really?
Keep it on the vlog.
Love that for you, brother. Look at you, really, really out here.
I'm just living life.
Doing your thing, brother.
And that's about it. That's the update on this side of the town. How's it going over there?
It's been going good, brother. I'm really excited. Although this is coming out on Monday, we are filming this on, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday.
So I'm moving tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
So today is jam-packed of packing. Olivia is going to come help me pack tomorrow and help me move. So I'm really stoked for that because I literally haven't seen this bitch through anything other than a computer screen in like probably months now.
Kind of forgot what you look like.
Yeah.
Outside of a screen.
Yeah. I just need to touch your face really quick.
I'm just used to seeing you in this box.
Yeah, seriously, it's kind of sad. But other than that, I mean, so something went down yesterday.
Yeah, something went down.
Okay, so I've been having a lot of anxiety lately, just like transparently, just been having a lot of anxiety between like my move and making sure that I'm like getting everything. Like it's just a really transitional period and blah, 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 whatever. And so yesterday I like felt an anxiety attack coming on. So I was like, and Olivia wasn't available. So I was like, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna ground myself for a little bit. So, I go downstairs with my nugget, and there's a homeless looking man. He's homeless man outside. And he is like, I guess he has a cup, and I guess he's like begging for money or something, but I had headphones in, and so I'm like walking past, and he's like saying some shit, and I'm like, okay, like, what's good? And he's like accosting me. He's like, you stupid fucking bitch. Like, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I turn around and I'm like, what? Because I didn't know if he was like,
meanwhile, this is not the first occasion Jess has had while walking her dog of like just getting like, okay, yeah. Continue. I don't want to spoil it. Go.
Moving on. I'll wrap this up. Basically, I end up walking away and I'm like, okay, whatever. I get far enough away and he's still fucking like yelling at me. And so I flick him off because naturally, what else would I do?
But we're learning.
This motherfucker starts sprinting, hauling ass towards me. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I thought I was good. I thought I was like in the clear zone, too far away for him to like.
It's really like, it like freeze frames and it's like, you're probably wondering how I got here.
So true. And I have Nugget, right? And so I see him. I see him coming up behind me. And
he's coming.
I start sprinting, of course, and I cross the road. And I was really fortunate because a car pulled up like immediately. Like there was literally no one else in sight. There was no one else around. So, I mean, I think I could have outrun him. I'm in a decent shape right now. But I didn't want to take my chances. But this guy pulled up in the car, right? So actually, guys, I caught this all on a security camera from my building too. So like,
this is how I know too.
Yeah, exactly. So I sent her the security footage, but this guy pulls up in his fucking car and he immediately opens his door, like stops the car, opens the door and is like, are you okay? Get in my car. He's like
zero hesitation, right? Like pulls the fuck up on this situation.
He's opened his door, telling me to get in his car, and he's calming down the homeless man. Like,
he's like, back the fuck up. Everything's good. We're good. Leave her alone. Like, handles the situation.
I get in his car.
If you don't believe in guardian angels after this, like, I really do. I really think this guy was an angel. I mean, guys, the footage of this, the timing, like she runs across the street, the car pulls up, he's like, get in the car, she hops in, he tells the fucking dude off, and then just gets back in the car and they just ride out. I'm like, who is this guy?
So I since I was like already like mid-pain, like anxiety attack, I started like bawling the minute that this man got in the car, and he immediately is like, you're okay, like calm down, like tell me your name, what is your name?
So
like
crazy.
Blah blah blah, like calming me down. He has like a fucking Gatorade in the car that I guess he just got, and he's like, do you want this? Like, here, take this. And I'm like, no, I'm okay.
What an angel.
He's like petting Nugget, showing me pictures of his dog and being like, this is my dog. Like, it was like really like, this guy saved my ass, honestly.
Oh my God.
And
the guys, this is the second time Jess has been attacked by, and it's just so, God. We have an episode coming out in a few weeks that it's too ironic, but.
Yeah, it really is. But
anyways, you're leaving that building, all good. You're leaving that area. We will never have to do this again.
Like, I'm literally leaving in now I'm leaving in a day, but this happened yesterday, like 2 days, and then I'm leaving the building. And I'll have to post the security footage somewhere so that you guys can see it, because it's actually fucking crazy.
We'll put it on our stories. She literally just sends me that yesterday with no context. Just sends me the video. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, oh, I'm about to watch her eat shit. Like, what am I about to watch? And then I watch and I see this man hauling ass after her. And I'm like, I call her. I'm like, what did I just watch? Like, are you okay? What did you just send me? It was wild. But glad you're safe, brother. Glad all is well.
So crazy.
Glad you got angels looking after you.
Mm-hmm. Very fortunate.
Okay. Let's take a second and thank our show sponsors for today's episode. First up, we got Mind Tan Bodies. Oh, Mind Tan Body Skin. Guys, you've heard it before. You know the spiel. We love them. We use them on ourselves. They believe that tanning begins with you, and they believe your tan should be just as unique as you are. One shade does not fit all. Tanning is so much more than light, medium, and dark. With My Tan, you can customize your bronze glow based on your skin type, tone, and desired skin finish. And basically, their whole idea is that it's where cosmetics and skincare meet tanning. Love that for us.
Love that. I'm going to be applying some My Tan tonight, so I'm tan for my move, because who doesn't want to look good when you're moving?
There you go. It is clean beauty, vegan, cruelty-free, pet-approved, clean, skin-loving ingredients, 100% natural, DHA, and sustainably sourced. It is salon quality formula, and they are born in Australia. Love our Aussie babes. And yeah, we can't say enough good things about this brand.
Use our code Whiskey and Water for 25% off. You guys know we got to hook it up for the brothers. One of my girlfriends was actually messaging me on Instagram the other day, and she's like, what do you use to always stay taste so tan?
Taste so tan.
Stay so tan. And then like she was just asking me questions like, does it like rub off? Does it get on your sheets and stuff like that? And,
no, it's great.
It doesn't. And like it doesn't make you orange at all. It doesn't like stain your
not
sheets.
Sticky. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't like things like
doesn't smell bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely, we've tried a ton of tanning products in the past. My Tan is definitely our favorite. We would not promote anything that we did not use and believe in ourselves.
Yeah. So we'll leave that link in the description for you guys. Again, the code is Whiskey and Water for 25% out. Wow. We cannot talk. 25% off at checkout. Next up, you guys know we love our Celsius. Cheers, brother. Celsius. Cheers. I have mine in a fancy little summer cup.
Wow, she is too bougie for us. If you guys don't already know, Celsius is healthy energy. It accelerates your metabolism and it burns body fat. It's clinically proven dietary supplement. My favorite flavor is the peach vibe. It's a limited edition. We're trying to get them to keep it for as long as they can. But
forever.
But it has no high fructose corn syrup. It has 0 sugar. It's gluten-free. It's kosher, non-GMO, certified vegan. You love to see it.
Absolutely. Live fit.
It has 7 essential vitamins. It has no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors, and we absolutely love that. It's like a completely guilt-free energy drink. And like we said in the past, like we typically hate drinking energy drinks just because it feels like you're drinking battery acid that like is killing your insides. However, there is like no crash with Celsius. It makes you feel incredible. I feel indestructible.
On top of the motherfucking world. Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I didn't mean to curse during our ad. But it's just that good. Guys, even before they were sponsors, we drink a Celsius before every episode to be on our best behavior. So we live it, we drink it, we love it. We will leave the link in the description. Okay, moving on. Thank you to our show sponsors. Ladies and gents, let's give y'all what you want before we give you what you really want. We're giving you the app of the week and the Amazon product of the week. So for app of the week, guys, we are, as always, giving the brothers.
And like, I know, so I feel like we're going to have people this week that aren't always listening. App of the week and Amazon must have are not sponsored at all. These are just like our tips and tricks that we're sharing with you guys. So yeah, with that being said, just want to let you know.
Yes. These are actually not sponsored. They are truly things that we love and believe in. Well, we love and believe in the other ones too, but we're just not getting paid for these. But hey, if Amazon let us know, we're ready when you
Mr. are. Mr. Bezos, come get it.
He definitely has it to spare. Okay, anyways. Guys, as always, we're letting you in on our tricks of the trade. App of the week is both of our favorite editing apps. It's what we use to edit all of our Instagram photos. So this is some tea. And honestly, if we didn't love y'all, we wouldn't be giving you this confidential information because these are
like I was hesitant, guys.
You know what?
But like we can't gatekeep apps. You know what I mean?
We can't keep it from our brothers. So basically the app is called Color Tone. You may or may not be familiar with it. Jess and I use it for all of our app editing stuff. I mean, our photo editing things. And they have really nice filters. It kind of just gives you like a nice little glow.
A little tropical feel. I mean, that's how I make myself. Like extra tan. First it's my tan and then it's color tone.
Second,
that's
it's
how
color
I do
tone. And yeah, we love it. You can play around with the filters and see like what you like and don't like. And then something that I have recently been loving is like the dust effect. It kind of makes it look like more
I do it
film.
on every photo.
And then also there's like the film burn effect, which like kind of like messes with the lighting and makes it look like it's a film picture. So yeah, play around with the app and let us know what you think, because it is our fave.
Brothers.
Okay,
all right, moving on. Amazon must have. So
give it to me.
This is a little must have. Liv, you're gonna love this.
Okay, tell me.
So I ordered this. I think I found it off of TikTok, like I do everything.
Of course.
It's single use hand like soap like sheets. So it's like this.
Okay.
It's this little like portable container. You can put it, throw it in any bag. It comes with like 6 or 7 of them.
You just need like a water from like a water bottle.
So you know how like Listerine. It's like a little Listerine thing essentially, and it's just like a little sheet of soap, and you just add water. So like
and then it dissolves?
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, so it's like just like thinly cut soap essentially.
Wow. Oh yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
But you know what I mean? Like it's just single use, and like I love that cute. Because I don't really believe in hand sanitizer all the time because one, it's not great for your hands. 2, like just washing your hands is more effective in my opinion.
No, it is. That's facts.
Yeah. So in my facts. So
because my opinion is facts.
Exactly. So I thought that was really interesting. And so I bought one, and I'll be giving you one tomorrow, brother.
Oh, yes. Love it. And also I have a little housewarming gift for you.
Really?
Yeah. It might be too early because I know. And I kind of just wanted to tell you now because I can't keep it secret.
Why not? Oh my God, I love that. So
yeah, I don't know if it's too early, like if, because you're not moved in already, but
it's never too early.
It's just going to sit in your pile with the rest of your shit for a few weeks, but that's fine.
No, whatever it is, we'll put it out and make it it look nice wherever it is. I do want to unpack a bunch of shit tomorrow. Like I really plan on like kind of getting kind of settled.
We'll make a game plan. All right, guys, we will not hold you up any longer. We're going to get into our interview with Chloe. She is such a queen, and we're so pleasured. We're so pleasured to have her on. We're pleased to have her on as a guest. And yeah, for those of you who are new, if this is your first episode of Whiskey and Water because you're coming over from Chloe's page or whatever it is, welcome. We come out with episodes every Monday, and we are a mixture of entertainment and inspiration. So there you go. Enjoy the interview, and we'll see you on the other side.
Like, share, subscribe, post on your stories. Let us know that you loved it. And we'll see you on the other side with Chloe.
All right. Enjoy.
All right. And we are on with Chloe. Chloe, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome, girls. Thanks for having me.
No, it is such a pleasure. Like the audience knows, I am a huge Too Hot to Handle fan. And so like I shot my shot in your DMs a couple months ago, and you told me to hit up the manager, and I was like, hell yeah, brother. So we're so excited to finally have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome. And so how are things over on your side of the world, over there in the London area?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. They're really weird. It's really weird at the minute. Obviously, because Too Hot to Handle come out during lockdown.
Yeah.
That's right.
God, by the way.
It saved Jess.
I couldn't experience, like, anything while the show was out. We couldn't have the reunion filmed all together. It was all over Zoom. So yeah, it was really, really weird. But it's kind of coming back into the swing of things now. So people are starting to recognise me more as Chloe, the wild one from Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, that's so exciting, though. And so, what were you going to say, Liv?
I didn't even think about that. The fact that it came out during quarantine, because like usually, the cast will do a lot of press and go and do interviews and things like that. And you guys haven't been able to do any of that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, all press that we've had has been over Zoom.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. But you guys saved a lot of people's quarantines. You gave people a lot of entertainment. So
doing God's work.
Exactly.
So for everyone that's like not super familiar with Too Hot to Handle, do you want to give them a little bit of like a preface about the show and what your role is with it?
Yeah, I mean, so Too Hot to Handle is a show on Netflix that encourages youngsters that are sex obsessed not to go for the physical attraction anymore. It's like, do you have a deep, meaningful connection with this person? Like, instead of sex, all sex aside, can you have a genuine conversation with them?
Right.
And that isn't just enough. They had £100,000 cash prize, and they said to us, this is your prize. And if you kiss, if you touch, if you have any sexual intercourse or even self-gratification, like touching yourself, money gets taken away from the prize fund. So if you kissed someone and I didn't, I would still lose out on the money.
Insane.
Oh my God.
It's
such a, like, I don't understand how these Netflix people come up with these ideas, but it's brilliant. They put all of you guys on an island. It was in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
They put you up in a beautiful villa, and I believe you guys had 12 hours, right, before they put the sex ban.
Yeah.
Something like that. So they tease all of you guys. They get you all excited to see each other in bathing suits and your bodies. It's so funny. And then after 12 hours, they're like, psych, plot twist, just kidding, you can't touch each other. So yeah. So for those of you who don't know, that's basically the premise of the show.
And so what was your initial reaction when Lana came on and told you guys that there was to be no heavy petting, no intercourse, no gratification? Like, what was your initial reaction?
To be honest, I thought it was a joke. I thought, why would you put like 10 sexy people in a villa? Like, who is going to want to watch a program on TV where you are literally just talking to each other? Like, it's just boring. So I was like, they've got to be lying.
Yeah.
They weren't lying. And we actually had to get to know each other. And I was quite pleased, to be honest, because it was something that I needed. You know, like as you're growing up and you have like one night stands, you get really like desensitized to just have casual sex with guys.
Right.
And that really helped me kind of move forward, I think. Instead of opening your legs, you're like, do you know what? Take dinner and then I might actually fall in love with you.
That's awesome.
So did you guys really not, this is like my biggest curiosity, did you guys really not know going into it that, and I think this is a question that a lot of the fans have too, that you couldn't touch each other? Like, was that really a secret?
We didn't know anything. We didn't know what the show was called. We didn't know.
No way.
An international cast, or because they literally say to you, we cannot tell you anything.
Wow.
The only thing that you need to know is that you need a passport, you need to be single. That is it.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I did not realize
that. It takes major balls to do a show like that.
Questions were just crazy. I mean, I thought, what am I getting sent into? I literally don't have a clue about what I'm walking into.
Oh my God.
Asking me in the process of putting me on the show, they were like, have you ever had a threesome? Are you bi-curious? Like, what's your body count? How many guys have you slept with? And like, how long does it normally take for you to jump in bed with a guy? And I'm like, oh my Jesus, are you joking? What am I walking into?
That is crazy.
So you literally had no idea what you were signing up for? Like zero?
No.
Okay, so I am very curious to know what the entire casting process was like for you guys, especially since they didn't really give you guys any information. So yeah, I guess kind of just like walk us through how they found you, what it was like when you were like, if you submitted tapes to them, and like just what that process was like.
So I previously done a show. I was just a model for this like hairstylist on like a dingy little channel back in my hometown, and I met a caster and she was like, oh my gosh, you'd be great, I really want to put you forward for shows, but I was actually in a relationship. So about 6 or 7 months later, I get a message on Instagram, and I was like, oh, what's this? And it was asking me to talk to someone in regards to a streaming, like, I don't know how they worded it, but they couldn't say Netflix. They physically couldn't say it's a Netflix show. So they were like, it's not on TV. And I was like, weird. It's not on YouTube. So they kind of was talking riddles. Anyway, I ended up going to the audition. I had about 3 or 4 Zoom calls, and they just asked me some really big questions, like, have you ever had threesomes? And very sexual questions, really. And I just thought, you know what, this is probably normal. I've never been on TV before. They probably ask all these questions to all reality stars. I'm not complaining. And yeah, I got on.
That's wild. And that's so funny because, like, we kind of get those types of DMs, but that's for sure something that I'd be like, this person, I'm going to block this fucking person. You know what I mean? Like, we would never, like, pursue that. That's so funny, though.
But good thing you did, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I got on TV because of my sex drive.
Incredible. Incredible. You're like, I knew this would lead to something. And so
that is crazy.
And so, okay, so, you know, watching the show, you're the first person that comes out. Like, you literally, like, out the gate, they were like, all right, Chloe's our girl. So what was that like? Like, so you're going out there, you have no idea what this is about to be like. They throw you out there like, all right, here's some champagne. We're going to introduce you to some other people. Like, what was that like?
To be honest, they said to me, like, brace yourself, like, you could be walking in and there could be people in there, or there might not be people in there. I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking I'm going to go in there and there's going to be loads of people just staring at me, judging me. Like, all of my schoolgirl insecurities come back, and I was like, they're going to hate me. Like, what if I fall over in my wedges? So I'm walking down the stairs and I see this gorgeous villa, and I'm like, wow, I'm going to be living here for the next however many weeks. I see a bottle of champagne. I walk straight over to it, and the producer actually told me off because I drank practically a whole bottle of champagne before the second person turned up, and I couldn't stand. I was that nervous.
What?
I was just necking champagne.
Oh, poor baby. No.
I was the first person there, and it was like 20 minutes before Sharon actually came in.
Wow.
So I was standing there for ages.
What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, like, what did they expect you to do for 20 minutes by yourself? Like, you're all
I'd be getting blacked out for sure.
Exactly.
Oh my God, how could they blame you?
Yeah, I'd be like, you guys asked for this. Like, you're like, you guys want a show? I'll give you a show.
Yeah, what?
I was really nervous though to watch it back because I thought, you know, when you've had a little bit too much to drink and your voice goes really high pitched, like, hi babe, how are you? Oh my God. That was how I was speaking. And
oh
I
my
was
God.
ready.
You were fine though. Like, in the first episode,
Yeah.
I did not like, you didn't look too drunk. You didn't look sloppy. So you pulled it off.
They fed me water.
Oh,
They fed me water.
Oh, that's so funny. They're like, get this girl sobered up. No, but you looked great. And you, like, I mean, I think what's really interesting about the show is, like, one, you maintained your composure the entire show. And I feel like that's probably, like, that is why you were so popular. But I think that what sets, you know, Too Hot to Handle apart from so many other shows is that it's like, it was like not a raunchy show in the least. It was like super, like, wholesome, super classy. Like, the challenges that you guys did were just so, like, inspiring. And I feel like you guys left the show such a better, you know, versions of yourself. And so what was that process like for you? Do you feel like you kind of came out of it, you know, better?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, when Lana first said to us, like, no sex, I thought, oh my word, like, I don't know what she is playing at, but we are not going to change. And to be honest, I didn't know that I'd been categorized into, like, a sort of a sex addict until Lana was like, all of you have sex way too much and you are way without, you can't hold a relationship because you form connections with the wrong people because you're giving them the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And until, like, when something like that happens, you go into like a state of in denial. You're like, why am I here? This is bullshit.
Yeah, you're like, this isn't me.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm here. I don't like sex that much. And then you kind of go through, like for me, my biggest issue was, because we all had different issues that we didn't know about, but Lana did. So it was really weird because it was like she was our spirit. And yeah,
for those who don't know, Lana was the robot,
the
right?
cone.
The cone.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was like our big sister. She used to tell us off, take money off us if we kissed. She was a right little bitch.
She was the watching eye.
Yeah, she was watching eye. So everyone obviously loved sex, and we got told we couldn't. And then it kind of stripped us back bare. The challenges made us kind of look at ourselves in a different light and look at other people in a different light instead of like sex objects, or like my biggest issue was I didn't know my self-worth, and I thought in order to get a guy to like me, I have to sleep with him, or my insecurities of me being bullied when I was younger. I feel like in order to feel pretty, I need to then like chuck myself at guys. And matter of fact, that's not what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I need to focus on myself. I need to surround myself with the right people, and I need to love myself in order for someone else to love me. And Lana, that's what Lana taught me.
Absolutely. And I feel like they really put like Corey in your path during that show to like teach you how to stand up for yourself and teach you your self-worth. I feel like that was such a pivotal moment for you because, you know, for lack of a better words, you kind of were like fucked over in a way. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, understood that it wasn't kind of like fair what was happening to you. And I feel like kind of everyone was like rooting for you, but I feel like that was such a pivotal moment, not only for you, but just for the show in general.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everything happens for a reason, and it was a blessing in disguise, to be honest. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Obviously, everyone knew that. And like for a good week or so, I was badgering on, like, I want a geezer. I want a geezer. I want a geezer. And
wait, hold on, pause. You gotta fill me in. What the fuck is a geezer?
Because right. So everyone from America thinks a geezer is an old man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But a geezer.
You're like, I want a geezer. I want a geezer. I'm like, what is she?
Yeah.
What? You want an old man?
So a geezer in Essex is like someone who holds himself well, like a proper lad.
Like a gentleman?
He can like talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah, like a proper geezer. Someone that's going to sweep you off your feet. Not a gentleman, but kind of like a bad boy, like a proper geezer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Learning new things. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of picked that up like during the show because at first I was like, she cannot mean an old man. And so I kind of just started putting my own like concepts together.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it's fine. So yeah, I wanted a geezer. Corey walked in and I was like, right, okay, I'm going to shoot my shot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, he was all over me for the first week. And like, we was there filming for a month. So the episodes are only 40 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So you only see like however many hours of what we've lived. So me and Corey, like we stayed in the same bed, and obviously we broke the rules together.
You guys broke the rules?
Yeah, we kissed. We broke the rules.
Oh, this is news to me.
Yeah, so I really liked him. He really liked me, and then he kind of broke my heart. And I was like, I'm not letting you treat me like this.
Yeah,
don't tell me you like me and then go tell other people you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's I feel like that's just such a common pattern with women, especially our age in the dating phase. There's, a lot of fuckboys. There's a lot of games being played when people aren't like mature enough to just be honest and explain what they want from each other, or, if they want to keep sleeping around. So I feel like that's another reason this show had such big success because, watching you guys go through these experiences, it's so relatable, and it just shows like we all kind of go through the same things when it comes to finding a partner and going through heartbreak. Like everyone, we all go through it, and you know, to watch it unfold on national TV, I'm sure is not an easy thing for you to do, right? So what was that process like? I mean, kind of like having your personal life really out there for the millions.
Yeah, and like getting like heartbroken essentially on like, you know,
it's
one
such
of the biggest platforms.
It's such a level of like vulnerability.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was myself on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't putting on any personas or kind of trying to play a game. I was literally just Chloe.
Yeah.
And if it went well for me, then great. If it didn't, then fair enough. I was just being myself. And I think
good for you.
when you're on TV, you need to remember that anything you say can be edited, anything you say can be cut and placed with something that you said an hour ago. Like, but for me, being really vulnerable with Corey on national TV and worldwide TV, everyone's 192
right, global.
Yeah, global. It's just weird because I'm crying. Like the whole world has seen me cry. But do you know what? I'm really, really proud of myself because I never had a backbone in my previous relationships. And for me to sit there and actually say to Corey, I am not allowing you to treat me like that. I know my worth. And for every other woman that is watching, they need to learn and understand from my mistake of getting with Corey for their future experiences. They need to kind of take a leaf out of my book and say, do you know what? I remember when Corey was acting like that with Chloe. What did she do? She snipped him out of her life and she stuck up for herself. So I'm really glad that it went like that.
Yeah, and do you feel like they portrayed you like accurately? Like, was there anything that like you feel like you wish would have been shown for like more context, or like anything that you feel like kind of wasn't portrayed accurately? Because I feel like they didn't show as much of like you and Corey, which like I feel like some people might have been like, oh, she's like overreacting. But also I think that, I mean, if you're smart enough to understand reality TV, you know that they're cutting some things out. So how did you feel about that?
I mean, to be honest, I waited a year for this to come out. So by the time it was out, I'd actually forgotten what had already happened.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was talking to the producers and was like, listen, you need to kind of let me know what I'm expecting.
Yeah, what kind of shitstorm
like,
is coming
out. Yeah, exactly. But when I watched it, like everything was how it was. It was just like speeded up version. Like, because I lived it, because I'm going to be biased when I watch the show. I'm going to say that didn't happen like that, but it did, just not from my perspective. Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be loads of different opinions, and people are going to say, oh, I watched the show and Chloe and Corey were only together for 2 days and she was crying in the dressing room. She had to go at Frankie. When matter of fact, me and Frankie were really good friends, and I used to go to her for relationship advice about Corey, and then she went on a date with him and didn't tell me. So on like anything that I reacted to in the retreat, I would have reacted exactly the same outside of the retreat. You just didn't see 24 hours a day, every day for 4 weeks.
Right. And I think that's so important because, you know, we are kind of in the industry and we kind of understand how these things work. But yeah, I mean, reality shows, and you're lucky in the fact that you felt like it was pretty accurate in how you portrayed yourself on the show, but also how the editors portrayed you, because a lot of times that doesn't line up. And I love that you went on there and you're like, I'm going to be me. And if it blows up and people love me, awesome. If not, cool. And like for you to be cool about it either way, but just stay completely true to who you are, I think is really special. And I think that's why you were a fan favorite. Jess and I happened to we came across Logan Paul just had Harry on his podcast.
Yeah.
And both Jess and I found this part of the interview really interesting, how Harry kind of made a game plan before he went on the show of like the type of character he was going to portray. And we were both like, that is so interesting. I mean, it's smart because it's like, you know, you're using that exposure and really taking advantage of it. But I love that, like, you were yourself and you were still a fan favorite and you're still one of the most known, one of the most well-known characters. So you can do it by just being yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Like, Harry did say to me that there was some sort of game plan, and there was some sort of like persona. Not like Harry wasn't pretending to be anyone else. Like, he was being himself. It was just like an extra, over-exaggerated version of Harry.
Of course.
And with me, I mean, I'm such an extra personality anyway. I don't think I needed to do that.
Yes.
But
I feel that.
To be honest, like, I'm so uneducated on reality TV. Like, Harry had previously been on a TV show. He knew what he needed to do in order to get that maximum airtime.
Gotcha.
And I didn't. I just thought, I'm going to go in there. And I just, my biggest fear was everyone disliking me. So when I went in there, I was a people pleaser. I spoke to everyone. I opened up to everyone. I wore my heart on my sleeve, and I was never nasty to anyone.
Yeah.
And I think when you have a game plan, or if you go in there knowing that this is what you're going to do, you tread on people's toes and you piss people off. Yeah. So you might get maximum capacity out of the show, but then you might come across as a bit of an arsehole to the cast.
Right.
And so how are your guys' relationships? Like, how is your relationship with the cast now that everything is kind of like out there and you can kind of see, what went down from like different perspectives? Are you guys still like, I mean, like, I know that you're like best friends with Nicole, which I think is amazing and so nice that you get to like have that shared experience. But what is it like now? Like, do you guys have like a group chat where you guys are like talking all the time, or like, how does that go down?
Yeah, so as soon as we finished filming, we created a group chat called Lana is Bae.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Used to speak on it all the time. But like, ever since the show's come out, like, most of us have kept in contact, but because of lockdown, borders are closed, so we can't fly to America, and I really want to go out to America. Hopefully in the future I want to move to LA.
Amazing.
So yeah, fingers crossed. But me and Nicole, best friends. Me and Lydia, really good friends. David, like, literally everyone from the show.
Oh, that's amazing. And I love to hear that, because I feel like a lot of like reality shows end in like a lot of like weird like beef and bad blood, but it's like you guys shared something so special together, and I feel like, there's no reason why you guys can't like share that.
Yeah.
How do you feel like...
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys really like went through something like so cathartic together. Like, you guys completely changed. Like, I mean, not to mention, like, you guys went from 0 to 100 like together. Like, you guys went from pretty much like not being, TV personalities to all of a sudden being like literally in the public eye, like Netflix #1 show, gaining millions of followers like overnight, essentially. So, I mean, like, that's something that you're also going through together, like the criticism, the love, and whatever it may be.
How do you feel like it's changed your perspective on dating, or kind of just like your dating life in general? Like, now, is it something that's brought up in every conversation with every guy who's like, oh yeah, the show?
To be honest,
well, it's kind of a weird time too, because
it's also kind of just weird because of lockdown and quarantine, like dating is still not like entirely normal.
I know. I don't know where they've been. I can't go up to someone and have a date with them just in case they give me something.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, my perspective has changed since being on the show. The one thing that I would say the most dramatic change that has happened is just me being me. I used to be really nervous and anxious on dates, and having the confidence and coming off the back of the show has just made me like aware that I am enough and my personality isn't weird, and that people love my personality, and that the right guy out there for me will love it too.
Love that for you. Do you have any regrets from the show or anything like that?
To be honest, no. I've had this question chucked at me so many times, and I really want to come up with an answer, but when you get put onto something like that, honestly, it's like it's over in a split second. The filming process, when you're involved, you're loving it every second. Then all of a sudden it's over and you're like, I want to do it all over again. So no regrets.
Oh, when you're watching it back, I feel like, because even when we watch our own like podcasts or ourselves on Instagram, like there's always like some cringy moments ourselves. So I can't even imagine having your own Netflix show and watching yourself date. But was there any part of watching the episodes where you were like, oh, that's a little cringy?
Yeah.
I would probably hate myself. I would not be able to watch myself. I literally can't even listen to our podcast anymore because I'm like, I hate the way I talk, whatever. So I can't imagine watching myself on the show.
I mean, one of the most cringiest moments that stood out for me was...
oh, God. Spill the tea, sis. Spill it.
Yeah. When me and Bryce, like I'd literally just met him and we were sitting down on the chairs and we were having a chat. And I was like, we were talking about like blue balls, and I was like, is blue balls a real thing? And honestly, at the time, I was being deadly serious. But now I watch that, I'm like, are you thick? Obviously, it's not a real thing. That's just so cringe.
Wait, are you saying it's not a real thing?
It's a fair question.
I don't know. I think some boys
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing, but I genuinely thought your balls turned blue.
She thought blue.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, no, because I understand it as like the metaphor, like, you know, like they're super like backed up and like tight and shit, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've never had balls.
They might feel like they look blue, but they don't literally look blue.
Yeah.
She was wondering if they looked blue. That's hilarious.
And another moment is when I think I got David to suck the chocolate off my fingers on our date. Mm-hmm. That was just really cringe. Yeah.
Yes, looking back, I do remember that. What was that?
I look at him like a brother now, David. So watching that back is just well cringe.
Oh, yeah.
That's so interesting because it's like, you know, you go into this and everyone's like a prospect. You're like, yeah, would bang him, like whatever. And then at the end of it, you're like, I could never see you sexually like ever again.
Yeah, literally. That is
so funny.
That's so funny.
What do you think? I have one more question. What do you feel like, in your opinion, what was the best part of doing the show, and what was the worst part of doing the show? Maybe do the worst
high and
first.
the low.
Yeah.
Okay, so the worst part of doing the show would be... I'm going to go deep with this one because it's not an actual thing.
Let's go.
The worst part of doing the show is feeling like you have to wear makeup all the time.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
That is literally the worst in the world because you want to get a tan, but you can't get a tan unless you've got no makeup on. And if you don't wear makeup during the day,
that is a struggle.
Pale. And then you've got to be pale in order to kind of carry on getting darker. And knowing that you're being filmed 24/7, you just get really anxious and paranoid. Like Nicole, she put fake tan on every single night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we were in Mexico.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, because you also, like, you want to be, like, presented as your best, you know? You don't want to look, like, rough, and then they, you know, portray that on camera. You were always, like, done up to the T, and I always loved that because I was like, this bitch is out here putting in work.
Yes, queen!
Yes! And even that was such a big part of the show too, right? Like, just women empowerment in general and you being able to encourage other women. We are all about that on this show.
You and your yoni. Your yoni.
Yeah. Yes, my yoni. Honestly. That was a weird challenge in itself. But I mean, after that happened, it's too hot to handle. It's really weird because it really does spark something inside of you when you go on. because it's like therapy. It is like a sex rehab, and women, I was so empowered when I was in there as a woman, and I genuinely know that I am going to stay this empowered woman. I launched a clothing range called Love Yourself Queens, because so many girls were coming up to me and talking to me and messaging me saying, you helped me split up with my abusive boyfriend, or you helped me cut things off with a guy that's just using me for sex. And I'm like, oh my God, like my shitty experience with Corey has helped millions of people. I just had to do something for it.
That's amazing.
Isn't it beautiful?
So I think we actually covered the low, but was that the high for you? Was like that like the women empowerment, or did you have like a specific high in mind?
I would say a specific high. It was off camera. The food was amazing.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
We love to hear that.
Private chef. Oh my word, amazing.
I actually noticed that like they didn't show you guys like eating together, like doing like. I was always like, where's
do
like
they
the
eat?
breakfast buffets and shit?
Do you know what? I think it's because they literally had like 8 episodes to fit a month into.
Yeah, they're like, we're not wasting time on
eating. No, they've not ate for the month. Just cut that out. But yeah, so I would say one of my biggest highs from doing the show is obviously meeting Nicole, because me and her are literally best friends, and like finding a backbone.
Yeah, that's awesome. Beautiful. And it just goes to show how something, as silly as a reality show can be to people. And especially the way, like, I remember seeing the commercials for Too Hot to Handle, and they definitely portray in a very surface level, kind of like, ooh, they're obsessed with sex. But then, like, you get into the show and it's pretty deep. And, like, you guys are really, like, finding yourselves and having these beautiful self-discoveries and inspiring people. So it's just so cool that, a reality show can do that for people and inspire them to break up with their toxic boyfriend or whatever it may be, and inspire them to be themselves. So I think that's so cool that you've been able to do that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and like really,
I'm not actually a proper sex addict, by the way. Just putting that out there.
Yes, no. I mean, you're what? You're probably just like
disclaimer.
A 23, 24-year-old, single female. Like, you're
living her best life.
You're just living your best life.
Why not?
I get it.
And do you know what? I think some people would look at the show, and I think you can get so wrapped up in like the deepness of it that you're like, I'm never going to have sex again. And it's like, no, that is not what it's teaching you. The show is teaching you to, like, you can have sex. Just make sure that he respects you first. Just make sure that he's got more to him than just a big penis. Like, does he actually, like, treat you well? Like, do you know him? Get to know him. And then when you do know him, sleep with him. It's as simple as that. You've got to have a balance. I'm not a virgin. I'm not a born-again virgin. But I'm just more empowered.
Love that.
I love that.
And
that's
so
great.
You mentioned that, you're doing the clothing line. So what is life for Chloe like post show? Like, what are you working on now?
Yeah, so my YouTube video is out and live.
Yay!
I filmed it with my bestie, Nicole, from the show. We spill some tea, girls. Like, I'm not joking.
Say less.
We don't hold back. We do not hold back. But yeah, my YouTube channel is Chloe Veitch. But yeah, if you're listening, like and subscribe and watch the video.
Yeah.
Of course. And you want to let them know how to potentially spell that? And you said Veitch? Because I was trying to figure out how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Do you want me to spell it out?
Yeah, go for it.
So my YouTube channel is Chloe Veitch. So it's Chloe, Veitch, and all the tea is on there.
Perfect.
Yay. We will definitely be showing up to that tea party. Find us there. But that's so good. Good for you, because you have this platform now, and it would only make sense to continue the momentum and keep it going. And YouTube is such a good platform. I know we had mentioned on our call, like, it's a whole other monster to tackle, but it's good because it's long form content, and I feel like people will really get to know you outside of the show and your life outside of the show. So good for you. I'm excited to subscribe. I'll be watching. We'll be supporting you.
The pressure's on. The pressure's on.
Right, exactly. No, that's awesome. So guys, check out her YouTube. First video is up as of last week. Let's get it.
Woo!
All right, guys, we are going to get into our 3 question round. We still don't have a name for this segment.
That we haven't named yet.
We're going to get into it. Ignore that. So, Chloe, these can be as short or as long answers as you want. Totally up to you. The first question is, what is the best piece of advice that you have ever received?
Best piece of advice. Okay, so just before I went on the show, my dad said to me, walk into filming with your dignity and make sure you bring it back home.
Ooh,
love that.
Good. That is good. Great advice from a dad, too.
We love a supportive father.
I love that. That came from your dad, too. Like, that's the best dad advice he can give you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think his biggest fear was me going on telly and having sex.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could imagine that being a dad's worst fear.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't really blame him.
Yeah.
Little did he know there was no bloody sex happening on that show.
Oh, I'm sure he was thrilled to find that out.
Probably
perfect.
Probably the best show you could have gone on in his eyes.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Okay, so our next question is, what is your dream job? Like, if you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Dream job. Ever since I was little, I have absolutely loved singing.
Really?
So I would love to be. I'd love to be the next Beyonce.
Hidden talent.
Love that. Girl, next YouTube video. We want to hear it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think I'm just gonna balls it.
Yeah.
What? Now's the time.
That's awesome. You should just like collaborate with someone local and like do like a cover, you know? Like have them do a cover or whatever it may be. Like that would be so dope.
Ooh, and she sings. Girl, you better stop hiding that talent from people. You're holding out on us.
Yeah, facts.
Okay.
Sprinkle it in even portions, girl.
Okay. All right. We'll take it. Okay.
The world can't handle all the talented Chloe at once.
Right. You're right. Okay. The third.
Sorry.
Oh.
Can you say it? Sorry, it cut out again.
You're good. We're here. Okay. The third and final question is, if you were to write an autobiography, what would the title be called and why? I know, it's kind of like a deep question.
Wow.
I know.
So what would it be called and why did you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you had an autobiography, what would it be called and why?
I don't know. Give me a second.
You're good.
It's so funny because I think that like I feel like me and Liv always come up with like the best answers like for the guests. I feel like it would be like, I mean, just to give you an idea, I feel like it would be like "Love Yourself, Queen." Bye.
I mean, it's suiting,
right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with. Do you know what? This is it.
Give it to us.
Yes, Queen. Written by Chloe.
Love it.
There you go.
5 A's and 10 S's.
And you know why? This is the reason why. Because everyone is a queen. And when you pick up the book, when you read out the Yas Queen, because it will be spelt Yas Queen. You get people just saying it everywhere in the bookshops. Yas Queen. Yas Queen.
Love it.
There'll be vibes everywhere. Good vibes. Woo!
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, awesome.
I think that just about wraps us up. Chloe, thank you so much for joining us. It was such a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, girls. You've been a treat.
Of course. And if people don't already follow you, where can they find you at?
So on Instagram, I'm Chloe Veitch Official, VEITCH Official. And YouTube, exactly the same, just about the official.
Love it. All right, guys, if you like this episode, please share, subscribe, leave a rating, share on your story, tag us, tag Chloe, let her know how much she inspired you. put Yas Queen up in that fucking story. And we will catch you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
Yes. Make sure you guys check out her YouTube channel and have a fantastic week. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one, brothers.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out, girls.